Good morning. It's not a very nice day outside by the look of it, but before I walk into Barmouth I'm going to have some breakfast. So I'm doing some bacon and I'll have that with an egg on some fried bread. I think that's what I'll do. The bacon's coming up, brown fried bread, and it's done in olive oil, by the way, olive oil. And there's the egg underway. Oh, if you could smell that, beautiful. And breakfast is served, sir. Lovely. Like tea or coffee? I'll have a tea, please. I'm about ready to start my walk into town. I'm pitched here at pitch number 51, and I have to walk all the way along the campsite and over this bridge here. The railway line runs along here, and then down onto Marine Parade East, then the promenade, and down into the town. Let's go and see how we get on with that. Well, I'm making my way through the campsite now, and there's a dog wash area here, and a sign over there saying to the beach. So, to the beach. Right, well, we're nearly at the beach now, and we've got to cross the railway line, which they're doing a lot of work on by the look of it. So let's cross the railway line here. Yeah, there's a sign down there saying stop on the railway line, and up onto the promenade. Oh, not quite the promenade yet, we've got to go across the road. And it looks like we have to step over this flood barrier here. This is Cardigan Bay. All the way around, and I was thinking of walking down the promenade, but I think one might get a little bit splashed. Yes, one would. So I'll stick to the road. I can still feel the spray coming across. Oh dear. Well, a little way along the walk I came across this yard with all these timbers in. Enormous, 12 by 12 timbers, and it turned out that they were for repairing the Barmouth Viaduct refurbishment. A little bit further on I came across this sign in Welsh and English. We're carrying out the biggest restoration of Barmouth Viaduct in its history, investing £25 million to upgrade the iconic landmark. Now, from what I can discover, there was not a lot known about the history of Barmouth, but the early settlements were on top of the hills. Well, the angle's changed a little bit now. Down here doesn't look so wet, so I'm going across the road and walk down on the seaside. The beach is in, the tide is in today, so not much beach. And what there is pebbles. There's quite a wind blowing. And here's the means of getting down to the beach without making a break in the sea defences. Up the steps and down the other side. And then steps down to the beach. I love the sound of the waves. Brings back a load of memories. It looks as if the tide's going out, and as I get closer to the town, the beach is becoming sandy instead. I'm getting closer to the town now, and the beach has turned to sand dunes with palm trees and a lot of cloud over the mountains over there. The hotel there looks in much need of repair, and neither the H or an apostrophe has come off the word harbour. It's the Harbour Hotel. Oh yeah. And down there we have what looks like to be some guest houses. Continue on along the promenade past the fun fair, which hasn't opened yet because it's only 11 o'clock in the morning. And opposite that is a rather magnificent beach. Well, I don't know whether I'm too early in the day or too late in the season. There's a lot of places here closed up. A very substantial looking lifeboat station. We have to cross the road and down that slipway there. And here's the tractor that pulls the boat out. There's the boat in there. Good place. When I had North Cellar, I was an offshore member, so I've made my donation because I know how comforting it is to know that they're there. We're coming towards the estuary now, and looks like a group of school kids over there, or having a lesson or something. I see the red flags flying, no swimming. Well, there's a perfect demonstration on why bilge keels are a good thing around here. See how nice and straight she's sitting? There are schools of dolphins in Cardigan Bay, and here's a sculpture depicting them. I've never seen them, but they are beautiful, I'm sure. And this is the Harbour Master's office, and a sort of quieter spot where you can sit and have coffee and look across the bay. And over there, the viaduct that they're working on carries the railway line across the estuary. Oh, we've got a ferry coming in. Emily's Ferry. Right, you lot, as soon as I got alongside, you get off, because I've another lot waiting to get on. Quick, quick, quick! Come on, we haven't got all day. Tide's going out. There's a little bit of fishing done here, and I wonder if that is the hills where the first settlements were found. But this is the waterfront by the harbour. Actually very popular with the tourists. Coffee shops and bars with spangling things. Lovely. And there's a skeleton with another spangly thing and pink. It's nice anyway. Sailors Institute, billiards and reading rooms in a tin shed. That's the bridge that takes the railway line through a tunnel over there and round and onto the viaduct. Well, I'm not sure if this one's another tourist or a local. I'm going to see if I can get a beer in there. The last inn. That's a shame. They don't open till midday and it's 25 past 11 now. I can't wait that long. I have to find somewhere else. Well, this is a busy bit of road. I'm going to go across and down there and see what that's all about. Viewing and sitting area. That's nice. I'm going to sit there for a while and look across at the viaduct and all the work that's taking place in the middle there. 2 days ago I was at the hospital to see if they could sort out what's the matter with my hips, and they came to the conclusion I'm probably suffering from Arthur's tight tits, or was it arthritis, so one or the other. And so I've just walked a mile, plus more than a mile in fact, because I had to walk right down the other end of the caravan site first, and now I need to sit down and I'm looking for somewhere to have a half pint of pale ale. So please, Anybody know where I can get one now? Because that other place doesn't open for another half hour. Well, the weather's really variable today out there, blue skies, and as I pan round, clouds get darker and darker and darker, and they're sitting on top of the hills over there. On the way out of that area I came across this. All the blackberries. Never pick a blackberry and eat it if it's higher than if it's lower than a dog's hind leg, because you don't know what he's been doing on it. And there's looking back along the railway line that runs into the town, the station, and all the shimmering bits by the harbour. Take a walk up there, see if there's a bar open up there. Oh, what's this one? Tap bar, a real ale. I wonder if they're open. They are. Let's go and get something. At last, I've got my pint. Oh, it's an interesting little place. You walk through the back there, and they've got a little bar at the back. Enormous variety of beers and ales. Or you can sit in the old fireplace. Well, according to Google Maps, it took me 27 minutes to walk back from here, and it's 1.3 miles. So with my condition, make the 27 minutes, make it 1 hour and 27 minutes. I'll start the walk when I finish my pint, and I'll walk back through the town and see what I can find there. In the window next to me, a whole load of different crafted gins. And there's some vodkas there as well. Well, I'll take my empty glass back and you can see the little bar at the back. It's an unusual little place, but very pleasant and very nicely set out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there's a fair variety of shops in the high street and down some of the side streets. But as we walk through the town, I'll tell you a little bit about the history that I've found out so far. The Queen Elizabeth I, in 1565, sent one of her inspectors to have a look and do a survey. I think she was actually looking for people who paid tax. But he came back and he said that was a wasted journey. There's only 4 houses there. So anyway, we also know that there's a building on the quay. That's where the people were sitting out having coffee. That was built in between 1460 and 1485. And there are also houses built on a steep hill above the harbour as early as the 15th century. So there have been people here for a long time. But up until the middle of the 18th century, the whole town was situated in the higher location, safely above the waves. As far as the maritime side of the history goes, it was quite a busy little place in the 1700s. And in just 20 years from 1770, the records show that a total of 138 vessels were built on the river. Barmouth attracted a lot of tourists or visitors even before the Victorian era, but once the Victorian era started, more and more people came to visit. Some of them stayed. And that was even before the railways. When the railways arrived in 1867, it was boom time. And there were some notable people that included amongst the visitors. For example, Charles Darwin, William Wordsworth, Shelley, Byron and John Ruskin. They all visited the place. And let's not forget that in 2021, Michael Charge was visited as well. And then I came across this outdoor market, and one thing was very, very noticeable. Because the schools are back, there were practically no children. In fact, I don't think I saw any children at all, apart from the ones in prams. And typical of all markets, outdoor markets, you can buy almost anything you want. And round the corner, I found something I did want. Mushrooms for breakfast. Thank you, it's so nice for my breakfast tomorrow morning. And then almost in the centre of the town, there's railway tracks and a level crossing. And a railway station. There it is. And there's a sign up there, flickering, I can see. I'm going to go and have a look, see what it is. There's the entrance. Let's go through and have a look. Oh, you can buy your tickets in there. In a nice gift shop. That's the ticket office as well. And due to the work on the viaduct, the trains have been replaced by buses until the 12th of December. The walk here and the walk back was taking its toll on me, so I decided to have lunch here. Very, very healthy. Again. Sausages and chips. And then I started my walk back again. Look at that, a milk bar. That brings back memories of Australia, Melbourne, 1950s, when all the pubs closed at 6 o'clock and the only place you could get a drink was in a milk bar. And here's a place they do piercings while you wait. But I haven't got time to wait today, so I'll just leave my nose here and come back and collect it later. It'd be interesting to go to the top of those hills and look down on the town. But unfortunately, I haven't got the energy. Just have to look at it from ground level. As you leave the town heading north, there's some very, very impressive looking properties behind these tall hedges here. I've made it back to the entrance to the campsite, which is down here. Because of where Gwendolyn's parked, I've still got a third of a mile to walk and my legs now are really giving out. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was Barmouth through the lens of my camera. I hope you enjoyed it. I had never looked around Barmouth like that before, so it was interesting to me as well. And I thank Jeremy very much for the suggestion. Where am I going to go next? Well, if you want to find out, if you haven't already, please subscribe, press the little bell, select all, and you'll find out. Bye for now. Bye.